Aussie.
G'day, welcome, it's me, I'm not Aussie, again I'm doing my usual thing, so it's my videos about Australia stuff. This week I am doing about the history of Australia, which isn't that interesting, but I hope this isn't too much of a boring episode. But yeah, before I do that, yesterday it was the 11th of the 11th of the 11th. And in some countries it probably still is. And yeah, happy Remembrance Remembrance Day, I'm quite happy. Yep, 10 seconds of silence. Right, so that's my 10 seconds of silence up. Anyway, yeah, so respect to all those people who were killed in the wars and were injured, like recent Australian soldiers. But yes, I must be getting on. Anyway, so the history of Australia. Now, Australia's history isn't brilliant, really. Like I've said, maybe I'll cut a bit of this out. But the first thing was the Aboriginals. The Aboriginals came here at least 40,000 years ago, but some people think that they came about 65,000 years before that. They came from about Southeast Asia, and they came on canoes and rafts. Aboriginal culture is apparently the oldest culture in the world, which that's a fact you can tell your friends. And what Aboriginals believed was they lived off the land. They were semi-nomadic, and the land to them wasn't just the sea, sky, sea. It was something like spiritually. Now, I don't really know that much about it. And of course, next thing was the white people colonising it. Now, it was discovered by Captain Cook on the 6th of May 1770. Now, the place he landed in, he called Botany Bay. About 16 years after that, the British government decided they needed to dump all their criminals somewhere besides where they already were, in terrible, rubbishy prisons. So the government decided to ship them. They couldn't ship them to America, that had an independence. Canada was full of French people. India was massively populated, and South Africa was similar to India, really. So they decided to choose the most deserted, which was, of course, Australia. So as every Australian learns in primary school, 11 ships carried about 1,500 men and women that left England on the 12th of May 1787. They visited quite a few places on the way, such as Spain and South Africa. Right, yeah, what should I say on that? The first fleet, which was the first ship thing that came, was called, landed in Botany Bay, ironically, same place as, what's his name, Captain Cook landed. Same place, yeah, I already said that, which was on the 18th of January 1788 when it landed. Which was quite a few years ago, because I can't be bothered adding it up. The next biggest thing to hit Australia was Edward Ned Kelly, which you may have heard of, and if you ever saw the Sydney Olympics, and they had this big performance with all these strange people that looked like old-fashioned knights with guns. Well, they were Ned Kelly impersonators. In fact, here are some pictures of Ned Kelly's stuff. The first one is of his armour, and the other one is of his death mask. I'm not sure if I'll put the death mask though. So here. Basically, what he did, Ned Kelly, was he fought the Australian police because he didn't like the government. So, through his life, he saved a kid from drowning, he was wrongly accused of assault twice, stole money from a bank, burned mortgage papers, killed some policemen, and held a hostage which was more like a party. Yeah, that hostage party thing was, held a hostage to try and get these police people to come so he could kill them and stuff. So he held a party, but yeah, I mean the hostage was more like a party. And for all of this stuff that happened, he was known as an Australian hero. Even the police killing and stuff. but that's the thing that turns the tide of him being an Australian hero for the people who don't believe he is. I got that stuff to it. So after that, not much happened from my knowledge. They helped out in the war, and then they supported South Vietnam in the Vietnam War, which would have been quite helpful. So that's pretty much it. The next thing to happen was this video, which will hopefully be part of Australian history. No, I'm joking. It's not going to be part of Australian history. It's not that important. Now, yeah. So please subscribe. Subscribe thing should be like here. I'm not sure whereabouts it is. Somewhere on YouTube. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this from I'm Not Aussie, or Nozzy for short. So bye. That's the jazz hands.